smiling. You're gonna make me laugh.
Hello, everybody. Why you talking before I was ready? Not yet, Nneka. Hey,
Okay.
everybody. This is Penda James, and I am Scribe Coach. I am, if you are unfamiliar with me, the CEO of Inscribed Inspiration. And what I do is I assist people to get unstuck, execute their goals, and inscribe their legacy. And today, I'm talking to my dear friend,
Yeah.
Nneka Carter Young.
Definitely. I'm here for it. Let's go.
So I'm just going to just tell a few tidbits and then I want you to run and give your own description and introduction of who you are.
I got it.
So Nneka Carter Young and I both went to Wilberforce University, but we didn't know each other. People were talking about us to each other like, you need to know Nneka, you need to know Penda, and we didn't know each other. But the whole time she was working with my brother and sister at the Boys and Girls Club where I grew up. I am a West Side Dayton Boys and Girls Club kid. I was youth of the
year. Shout out to all the club kids.
Yes, I'm a club kid. So Nneka and I met, and we've been very, very tight ever since.
You know the interesting part, that when we were in Dayton, we always interviewed for the same job.
Yeah, you tell
me. Every time we went for a job, we both would interview, and I would be like, "Who am I going against?" Penda. Well, Penda Horton. Like, man, what is this? Yes.
And who is Nneka? I don't know her. Like, this is me. Like, I don't know her.
Yes.
My sister, like, that. I'm like, I don't know her, but we know some of the same favorite people. And, Nneka is somebody that I learned a lot from. We both live in Georgia, but we live 2 hours away. So we meet halfway. We can't do it now. Hate COVID, but we meet in Noonan, Georgia at this place called Meet and Greet, and we eat fried okra and she eats vegetables and I eat a turkey burger. So can you tell our viewers more about what you want them to know? D-Town, Detroit in the house, but
originally from Motor City. Shout out to Detroit. My name is Nneka Carter Young, like you said. I've had many jobs and wore many hats, but the thing that I feel is most impactful about me is my love and passion to just help people be better. If I really had to give myself a title, it doesn't really matter what the job is. It doesn't matter what job title I have or what my job description is. The common thing with me is if you've worked with me, if you've talked with me, I want you to be better. I'm going to identify your gifts. I'm going to help you focus on them. I'm going to help you build them. I'm going to put you in situations where you always win. Because that's kind of what was done for me. I have a long list of mentors and supporters and people who just was my cheerleader. And it just seemed like from a little bitty girl, it was always people there saying, Nneka, you can do it. So that kind of set the tone for my personality and kind of what I do when I meet people. I always tell people I have a love-hate kind of personality. You either love me or you like, I can't do her. So I haven't figured out what's the median, and I'm not even looking for it. So This is me.
Yeah. Okay, so we have a lot to talk about because the topic that what we're doing, for those of you, if this is your first time watching one of my chats, I am chatting live with some of my friends because I have some phenomenal people in my life and I want to introduce my friends to my friends so that we can all be great. And in the meantime, I am strengthening my resilience. So I call this the Resilience Project. And what I've been doing is interviewing and talking to. So it's not really an interview. We just chatting women in leadership because I created a journal for women in leadership. Let me show it to you. Bam.
And it is a very good journal, which can be purchased on Amazon, might I add.
And so I want women and men to write these declarations that I've been sharing from my friends because they are phenomenal and we're all trying to get to our next level. So Nneka is my Penda. So people say, who do you talk to? who does this for you. And Nneka is the person who unfolds me like an origami crane. She'll call me at 6 a.m. What you doing? I need to read this devotional to you real quick. Hold on. And I'll be like, okay. And then I'm wide awake for hours just thinking about what God said. So my question for you, my first question, Nneka, is how do you define the term finish it?
It's real easy to define finish it. There is no definition for it, because when you really finish it, life is over. You will always be a constant learner. You'll always have things to do. You'll always have purpose. I mean, that's what God made us to do, to be the hands and feet. So you'll always have things that you're like working toward, and it's always a project in the back of your mind. And it's like when you get one project done, you realize you've learned so much that you go, wait, this connects to this, or the capacity to do something begins to expand, and you're like, wow. And so you end up having all these wow moments that kind of prepare you for the next thing. So when I hear the term finish it, I feel like it is done. I'm out of here. It was a great life. The run is over. I quit a while ago. I quit beating myself up with, did I do it right? Was it perfect? Did it help me? How did it help me? Just all the rhetoric that we'll have when we're like in a project or trying to accomplish a goal. I got to the point where it's like, okay, what am I supposed to learn in this very moment? You know, what are the important things that I'm supposed to get as an individual? And a lot of times we live our life worrying about other people instead of worrying about ourselves. So I became what I call healthy selfish. You know, whenever I'm very sure I've told you this, I've told hundreds of people this. Whenever I have an experience, I fold a piece of paper in half, even if it's in my journal, and I like, and I've learned. So no negativity. I like these things. I became good at these things, and I learned this. I learned that don't hire me as the accountant. I learned don't expect me to do things this way. I have a unique way of how I flow. And if I'm in a position or doing a project and it's not with my flow, I know that I'm not going to be my best self in that project. So as I go through projects and as I take assignments at work and as I have life experiences, it's like each and every time I find the better version of me. So it's hard for me to say, finish it, because it's like each experience gives me more. Like if you'd have asked me 5 years ago, Nneka, what are you working toward? Okay. I would have given you a definition of what it was. I think 5-6 years ago, I was working at Boys and Girls Club, and I was sitting thinking, talking to a mentor of mine. Shout out to Judy Raines, my mentor. She said, well, what would you like to do next? And I said, you know what? I would love to work in a college, because we've sent so many kids to college and they come back home, and I'm not understanding where the disconnect is. So see, I could say my youth development career was finished when I left Boys and Girls Club, but actually it wasn't, because Boys and Girls Club gave me more whys. Why do they come back home? Why are they not successful? Why are they? And now I have to go and figure out the why. And it's so funny, not my next assignment, but the assignment after that. What am I? Working in a college, in a career center. And then next thing you know, I'm the assistant dean, and I'm answering the question of why. And so I got to see and examine the disconnect. Well, the next why is I want to build something else to help with that. So it's like this evolution of work that is kind of like purpose driven, that each experience lends for me to go further and further of fixing the problem. So it's hard. And I know we live in a world where it's trophy driven. It's who was first, who got there, who did this. But sometimes we do a disservice to the service when we are so focused on saying we got it done, but did we do a good job? But was it impactful? Did you take two people and say, oh, we did a good job. Look, this is what we've done, but we left 200,000 back there. So sometimes that mentality of get it done gets in the way of doing it right.
Oh, can you say that again?
Sometimes getting it done gets in the way of doing it right. And I have been known to put my feet in the ground when you want to pull me to get it done and I don't feel like I'm doing it right. So like in this work, we work with real people. We work with real children. I work in a real community. I want to get it right. And a lot of times I'm surrounded by people who want to get it done. And that causes a little conflict, but you just stick with what it is.
Okay. So I don't know if you saw the moment where I just like wanted to grab your shoulder.
We had many of those moments.
So you are teaching me as you are watching my videos to sit in the moment. So something that you said, I need to go back to it, is that you said what we do gives us more whys for the next assignment. And so Nicole Colvin, Pastor Nicole Colvin, she's watching, and she's,
hey, Nicole Colvin, shout out to Woo Love,
okay. And she said, like, yes, it gives us more whys. And definitely, I'm in a season right now where I'm reevaluating what I want to do. You know, now that we're in COVID season, it doesn't make sense for me to go back and get my PhD because I can't, like, college is going to be completely different now. So it's like, what do I want to do? What is my next step? And so now having all these conversations with people, it's unpacking all these whys. And you hit it on the nail when you said that. Because we think, oh, you got to go to college and you got to get that degree, finish it. You know, we think you got to get married and you got to have kids, finish it. And so we put all these limitations on ourselves for the finish it, but we have to reevaluate what finish it means.
And we grow up with it though. We're fed this. This is what we're told. You are successful when you go to college and you finish in 4 years. But do you know how many college graduates I know that have no clue what they're doing? You know how many students I've worked with will spend 4 years in pre-med and then look at me 2 days before graduation and say, I hate science. Huh? What did you just do? Or we're sitting here trying to figure out how to get you from pre-med to a teacher, because that's really what you wanted to do. So it's an evolution of self. And to me, you sometimes have to focus a little bit on self-development, because it's you that's going to do it. We have all these predetermined tracks that are laid out before us, which I think sometimes keeps us a little unhappy, because you're doing these things that you know you're supposed to do, but you don't enjoy them. You know, Charles Green, favorite mentor, he told me a long time ago, he said, do what you love and the money will come. Yeah. I don't even know if I have ever told him. He's never been more right. When I look for jobs that I enjoy, or the thing that they need me to do is the thing that I love to do, a lot of success. I mean, more projects, more money raised, more things accomplished, more people benefited. I almost can look at my career and tell you when I was in my good spot based on how many people will go, for real, you helped change my life. And that's because I was in a good space. That's because I was impactful. It's because I woke up every day on fire for what I was doing. Then I got some jobs, they were just jobs, you know, and the impact wasn't the same. So I've learned, because I'm the type, I want to go in the burning building. Yeah. I want to go to the place where everybody say, no, it can't be done. I want to do that thing that everybody go, we can't do that. That's not going to work. And then I kind of go make it work. And then when it worked, I just kind of sit back like, it worked.
And you definitely do that. Like in your career, you've made dollars out of pennies. Like you do phenomenal things. Where
all glory given to God, because it goes back to, if I am in alignment with where I'm supposed to be, everything I need is there. I believe that. I believe that if I'm in purpose and I'm moving the way I'm supposed to be moving, everything I need is there. I can't tell you how many times I could be at a job and I'd be like, God, come on, where is it at? And it's like, I could go home, leave, I could take a walk, I could go to the mountain. Anybody that's my Facebook friend know I have ocean pictures, mountain pictures. I got to go in those spaces. Part of finishing it and understanding what you're supposed to do, where is your space of receiving, if for better lack of words. Like I have places where I know I'm going to receive. I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to be still so that I can hear and see what exactly I'm supposed to have and what is there for me to use. So a lot of times I've worked places, I've served places, because I don't really think I work anywhere. I serve. I've served a lot of places where everything you needed to make a difference was right there. And people couldn't see it. And some of the number one reasons why you can't see it is gossip. Yeah, we gossip. Backbiting, just selfishness, just so many things that get in the way of us really being successful. You know, I've had a lot of those experiences, but I'm grateful for those experiences because one, they checked me.
Yeah.
That I'm always checking myself to make sure that that's not what I'm doing and I'm not participating really in it. And I'm really staying focused on the task, because to make anything happen, to even get to any semblance of finishing, you got to focus. You have to focus.
Okay. So serious question then. Is there anything in your life that you ever felt like I have to finish it? Or do you always look at things?
So, okay. So proof. Yeah, why you gonna ask that question? Gonna have me on here telling everybody in the world my business? I am a product of having a baby in college. I mean, I'll just say it. I had a baby in college. I mean, I can't. Hey Tiffany, she's alive. And one of the things that I remember when I called my mom and I said, Mama, I can't be a good student, a good employee, and a good mother. I can't do it. It's too much. And she begged me, finish school, finish school, finish school. Whatever you do, people, you just don't know, Nneka. People say they're going to finish, but they never do. They never go back. Life get up. They have more kids. They get married. They da da da. I said, Mama, no, I promise you, I'm going to graduate. Man, you talk about when you make a declaration, it feels like everything in the world is against you, from money to attitudes of people to it's things coming at you. You don't even understand. Like, what did I do to get this type of response? But let me tell you, I told my mom, let me get this girl to first grade where I have a whole day of her going to school and I'm not stressing and paying daycare and doing the things that you do when you have a baby and you're really not ready.
Yeah.
As soon as she got to first grade, everything in me was about, I need to go back to school. I need to finish this degree. It's so funny because I remember that's how I found AmeriCorps. Shout out to AmeriCorps, because me and Penda ended up doing AmeriCorps. Were we not in the same circle? But I ended up doing AmeriCorps because I was like, you know what? I don't even know if I was focused on the work they asked me to do. I was focused on the money they was going to give me so that I could pay for myself to finish my degree. But when you talk about one of the best experiences I ever had, the position I sit in now, AmeriCorps prepared me for it, 20 years ago? So it's interesting how you might think this position is supposed to do one thing, but the experience prepared you for something that you're not even looking at. And I call that exceedingly and abundantly anything I could ever think or ask. In that 3 years of serving in AmeriCorps, I cannot tell you how much I learned. And being a leader and going in the community and seeing problems and organizing a team and getting people excited, like all of those skills have helped me my entire career. So you just never know. So in doing that, I was finishing school. In doing that, I actually built resilience, because in that time, so many people told me no. And I was like, can't accept no. So when it was time for me to go back to finish my degree, whatever happened, I did not accept no. If somebody told me I couldn't, okay, well then you're not the decision maker. Who do I go to get it done? It was all about completing it. And one of the real reasons I wanted to complete it is because I was like, Nneka, nothing is ever going to hold you back. And that was one of those things, one of those big goals that if I don't finish, then what does that say about me? Like, where am I left at? What do I end up being? It was like a personal goal. And so I conquered.
Yes.
I got it done. And I went on to get other degrees. So
now go ahead. Because I have another question.
It allowed me to know that I could. But listen, I didn't finish it, because little did I know my very experience that I had going back taught me so much about the people that I was going to help going forward. I had a firsthand experience of what it felt like to not finish something. I had a firsthand experience what it felt like not to have enough. I had a firsthand experience when you got to sacrifice to make that thing happen. So all of this stuff that where I thought, I just need to finish it, I learned so many things in the process.
Now, there's another layer to you that I do want to ask about. So if you don't want to talk about it, you don't have to. But I do want to talk about a new layer of resistance that happened with your partner. Can you talk about that when he finished his race?
Man.
And how it impacted you.
I'm not supposed to talk right now. This ain't no smile session. So I am a widow. I got married. He finished his race. It took me out. I was, I don't even think my friends or my love circle or my parents or anybody around me really know how broken I was, because you think I have this baby and I made a declaration. I'm not going to bring anybody else really around her. I'm going to raise her where it's me and her father. Those are the people she know. Whether me and him together or not, I'm going to keep a tight-knit family circle around her. And then I get her grown and then I go, okay, now I can enjoy my life. And then it's cut short. So I don't think anybody knew the fall of that. How far I was falling. But listen, I wrote on Facebook every day, pretty much. Shout out to everybody who supported me. Those comments really did help me. But I learned so much. People would tell me, oh my God, Nneka, I'm learning so much from it. But you have no idea how Facebook memories helped me years later, just reminding me where I was going. And in that process of him finishing his life, I really think I discovered so many things about myself. Definitely my faith quadrupled.
Oh, yeah.
If I believed God for anything, I believe him now for the impossible. I go to him with the impossible, with the bigger thing, with the thing that really scare me. I'm way in a better position to do the things that frighten me real bad. Now y'all might not know because a sister got to hold it together, but I'm terrified of it and I'll do it anyway. Because I feel like I put a whole person in the ground. What?
A whole person that you were only married to for how many days? 83 days?
You said 83. I cannot stand you. Longer than that, Penda. I don't even know.
How many? But you told me to the day, I was married to my husband for blah, blah, blah.
I don't even remember. That was grieving talking. You count everything when you grieve. And that's the point in life. You got to count the cost. You got to count all of it because all of it means something. You know what I mean? All of it is for your good, really. Because I don't want to say him leaving was good because it wasn't. But what I got from it helped make me even better. And for that, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the experience. I'm grateful for what I learned when I was with him. I'm grateful for all the laughs, all the adventures, all the fun times and discussions. I'm grateful for the arguments. I mean, and what I learned from them. So I'm even grateful for that. And part of the thing is in finishing it, remember to be grateful because it's all working for your good. It's all teaching you something. It's all preparing you for something. It's all getting you ready. Nothing happens to you just to punish you. God is a good God. He don't do that. It don't feel good while it's working, but it's working for your good. Definitely. So those are the things I had to remember. Another thing when you're going through and you're trying to finish it that you have to remember, and that is the truth. This is just where scripture makes sense. Sometimes when you're going through and you feel like everything is against you, you have to have your foundation ready. I call them my battle scriptures. Let me go through something. I'm going to write about 10 of them. I'm going to commit them to memory. And every time I feel like something ain't right, I'm going to spit them right back out. Because that allowed me to hear the truth of who I am and what situation I'm in. Because sometimes life will have you thinking you crazy when really you right where you're supposed to be.
Now, I don't even know why this topic was given to me for you, because usually what I do is I'll ask people, what are you passionate about? And then we talk about that.
Other people had options and I ain't had none. That's a whole nother conversation when we get off the phone. That's a whole other conversation. Hold on.
Because I think this is the level of what you ignite in me. Okay. So some of the conversations that we have when we're sitting in Manchester, like I drove to you in a storm so I could learn how to cut tomatoes and, go have have a dinner class because it was your first class, but some of these things that we talk about, you definitely make me think about what my assignment is. And so this is iron sharpens iron, but it's also walking with me. And so when I thought like, man, I want to talk to Nneka and I want her perspective on what it means to finish it. And you flipped that thing and you said it's taking us to the next level. It's giving us the tools that we need because we're unpacking more whys. Man, that's good stuff.
And it goes back to, if God told you what he wanted you to do in the end, you wouldn't do it. Fear would make you not do it. It's like when you're teaching your baby to walk, you don't say, hey, you're going to fall down. You might get hurt. No, you just keep picking them up and putting them out there. And they take 1 or 2 steps and 1 or 2 steps. When they start school, the first day of school, they don't like it. This is too much. But then every day you keep taking them back, giving them a little bit or a little bit. You meet a guy. You really like him in the beginning, but you like, I done been hurt. So you do little bit by little bit. So that's, to me, that's how God does us. He gives us little bit by little bit. And let me tell you something else. Learn what you need to learn. Because Lord knows I'd have been around the mulberry bush 40 times. Okay. I was a little slow and I had to keep doing it. So, but really, at the times when I wasn't getting it, what I finally realized was I didn't understand that I was supposed to get it. That was the problem. I didn't even know I should be learning something in these situations. I'm just experiencing them, complaining, calling my friends, woe is me, what happens, instead of saying I like and I learn, because I had to realize that ultimately God is a teacher. Yeah. Oh, so I'm in school. Okay, well, let me relax because it seemed like I got a lot of classes to take. And then once I learn it, I freely share it. Like our girl Maya Angelou taught us, when you learn, you teach, you teach it. And so I would say, I just teach it. I share it. Here it is. Here are my experiences. And I've had people tell me they don't want it. Okay. I dust it off and I move to the next person, but I just share it over and over and over and over.
But we definitely have some people who are watching who probably have something who need to finish. What would you say to them so that they can get that motivation to jump over that hurdle, break through that barrier, so that whatever it is, they can say, I finished it? What would you say to them?
First of all, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. First of all, relax through it, because being stressed, being overwhelmed, you cannot get anything accomplished, and you won't see the lessons that you need to learn, and you're going to be on repeat. So when I feel like I'm in the same situation, it keeps happening the same way, I go, Nneka, stop. Obviously, you're not in tune. Don't think the world not in tune with you. You haven't turned your station to the correct radio station to hear it play. So you got to check yourself. So the first thing is do your self check. I used to be a career coach at a college, and I had a large adult student population. And I remember I had a lady, and she came in, and I'm talking about she's stressed. I'm about to graduate. I need a job. I don't know what to do. I said, you know what you're going to do? Here are 10 scriptures. You're going to go home. You're going to read them every night, and you're going to come see me next week. Y'all, she was so mad. I think she could have slapped me. She was so mad. You're supposed to be the career leader. You're supposed to help me. I said, listen, as somebody who has interviewed probably over 300 people, I could see your anxiety a mile away, and I'm not going to hire you because I don't want you to bring that here. Yeah. So you got to get back where you can describe to me what is your best self. But when she came back, she was like, I'm so grateful for that time because it doesn't look so bad now. Right. It's that anxiety and stress. I think our world feeds off of it. It wants us to be having anxiety. It wants us to be stressful. It wants us to second guess ourselves, especially women. We got to have competition. She better, she this, she that. Listen, you'll be surprised how much support you can get. Because let me tell you, when a sister girl supports you, ain't nothing like it. It ain't nothing like it. It's nothing like it. When you got somebody that'll call you in your weakest moment and say, hey, I'm going to stand up for you until you can get up, and unlike it, because she's been through some struggles and she's been through some things and she shares it with you. So the biggest thing, surround yourself with good people. Hey, break it down. Small steps, not big hurdles. Celebrate small wins. Congratulate yourself and figure out how to reward yourself to make sure that you are celebrating the entire journey. And write. Call people like Penda, the scribe coach, and have her help you to write out what is going on. You might have a book in you that can help many women and men.
Amen. So I need you to get back to y'all who are watching live and watching the replay. I need you to roll that back when this is over and get those 3 points, because Nneka said them so fast that I couldn't capture them in the chat. But no, it's okay. I couldn't capture them in the chat, but I need y'all to go back and write it down. Writing is important. That's why I'm like, when you watching my chats with my friends, you need to have your journals.
Yeah.
So our declaration for today is I will finish it. And whatever that means to you, if it means you're going to finish this assignment so you can move to the next assignment and unpack the why. But you have to be present in the moment where you are, instead of thinking, I can't wait till I get out of here so I can get over there. I had a guy tell me on one of my AmeriCorps assignments in Colorado, he said, you have to play all 4 quarters. You can't be in the mind frame like, I can't wait to get out of here. I can't wait till my time is up because I'm going back. No, you focus on the moment where you are. Be present and mindful in that moment and get everything you're supposed to get until you get to the next place.
Definitely.
So Sasha Taylor asked if she was that student.
Probably. Wait, girl, if you don't go sit down somewhere.
We have some, Nneka's going to come back and she's going to read the comments and she may engage with some of you all. So thank you. If you're watching us now,
thank you for bringing up this topic. Thank you for pushing me always to be way better than I ever think I am. Mm-hmm. Penda gave me a lot of credit for what I do for her, but I can call her and truly fall completely apart and be honest and transparent about where I am as a leader, my insecurities. And like I said, get you some friends that have been through some stuff, and have gotten to a really healthy place, because that's really a lot of it. I mean, you really can't see yourself in the mirror when you're standing in front of it. But if somebody can help pull back, they can see a different view that could change your whole situation.
And I think about friendship, like me driving to Manchester. I don't like to be in the country by myself, and driving to Manchester in the country where
everybody from Manchester, Georgia. It's the greatest city in Georgia. Y'all see that's not it. Manchester, Georgia. That's where it's at.
But we talked about maybe we'll have a retreat there when COVID is over. I don't know. It's a beautiful, beautiful, serene city. But I will drive from the comfort. I think it might be 2.5 hours in a monsoon, just because she said, hey, we teach a class and I need some students. You coming? And here I am right there running around.
I didn't bully you. I just asked.
Because that's my friend. I'm going to do what I need to do for my friend because she put herself out there. And I'm not going to let her be out there by herself. Sometimes you just need somebody like, yeah, girl, I'm here.
And here's the interesting thing that people kind of need to know. Penda's not my everyday friend. Like, we don't talk every day. We don't talk every month. We try to make sure we check in probably every other month. But now when we check in, it is a 3-hour conversation. But, or if something happens, she knows she can reach out. So the people that sometimes support you don't necessarily have to be your immediate love circle. You can have people that are on the outside that feed into your life and help you grow.
And those calls where when they answer the phone and you silent for a few minutes and they're just silent with you, it's like that connection is so powerful. You don't even have to say nothing. I just need to know that you're there for me. So thank you for being that for me. And so you make Tiffany Patrick.
Hey, baby.
First is just showing out today.
The first historically privately owned HBCU. Let's put that on record. Thank you very much.
56. We're going to get some people hating on us, but that's all right.
Right.
I just want to thank all of you who were watching us live and those who will watch the replay. Go back and watch some of the other videos. And if you're watching and you want to chat with me live and we've never met, let's chat, because I'm learning and unpacking so much about myself in this season. This pandemic, I can't get home to my people. I'm in a city where I don't really have a lot of people, and so I am connecting with people this way, so I can stay who God wants me to be.
So I want y'all to do me a favor. If you know somebody that needs to finish it, that need to accomplish a task, that need to find some motivation to get a portion of the journey complete, I want you to tag them in this video. I want this to go viral. Share it with your sister friends, share it with your family, share it with coworkers, share it with them so that they can begin to get support and understand how we get things done. So I want y'all to like it. Run my girl likes up, because this is some dope stuff. And I want you to share it. How often do you do these, Penda?
It seems like I'm doing them every day, but Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday. Okay. This week, I haven't scheduled for next week, but I'm booked out.
So make sure you tune back in, because one of the things that help us finish it is being life learners. So this is a great platform to learn about different tidbits and be reminded of things and being reminded of how great you are to be able to accomplish those goals that you set for yourself.
So we thank y'all for tuning in, and we're going to end with this declaration: I will finish it.
Definitely.
So write that in your journal. And I appreciate y'all. Thank you for being here. Love you.
See y'all later.